Good evening. So my last one of these was Lesvos after a week of successful birding. So what is that? May, June, July, August, 5 months ago. I have one of these, and this one's pretty rubbish. I had to buy it on the hotel, over $25. I'm not an expert on cigars, but I know this is rubbish. I'd usually get these Peruvian ones from a place in Mayfair, the small ones like that. And I knew they were excellent. It was strong though. I remember I was a little bit dizzy at the end of it. And this is just nothing, because I remember the last one I had, I was like, oh, a cigar is so good. And this is just like, meh. But I looked online and apparently these should only be about $8. And they got you. There are no shops around here. I haven't been able to buy a SIM card. They've got you by the throat. Fair dues, you know, fair play to them. But yeah, I'm gonna, last hour and a half till sunset, I'm gonna spend here looking at the birds. I was successful last night. And then I'll be out here most of tomorrow morning. We've got to be out of here by 12, which, yeah, gives me a big chunk of time to crack on and get some good stuff, extra good stuff, now that I've got this spot. So, I love it when a plan comes together. Some of you might be too young to understand what that is. But I just a little update from the last run earlier, about an hour and a half ago. It was just this one branch seemed to be attracting birds to sit on. A banana quit landed and had a little sing. Looked youngish. I don't think it was an adult, but it was on this thick branch. Yeah, it looked like the kind of place a bird would sit. And I filmed it, did I take some pictures? I think I just filmed it. Used my stick. This has been really handy at stabilizing. Yeah, I think I wanted to take my tripod everywhere I went. And I thought, what am I going to do if I go to Faro and things like that? You know what, after that, I know when I go somewhere where lifers are in the air, I shouldn't take my tripod. I've not regretted not using it. It's gone in the bag now. Didn't use it much. I bought a bag specially to accommodate the large size. Yeah, I'll still take it on any holiday I get, because if something does show up, then I thought, even if it's for a 5 minute bit of tripod footage, I've brought stuff with me that I didn't even use, my fins, my GoPro. As long as I've got room in the bag and I've got the weight allowance, I'll bring everything I can think of. And if I need it, I need it. And no two holidays or destinations have the same encounters or experiences. On that same branch, right after, was one of the loggerhead. I still keep wanting to say shrike, because I was reading somebody online saying loggerhead shrike, and I have to say, right, it's not shrike, it's kingbird. And I checked, because the kingbird that I got at the airport, I thought, oh, I put that down as a grey kingbird, because that's what I was used to. Was that also loggerhead? But I've looked back at the footage and it's got the light head. So it is another species for this trip. But all the stuff I'm hearing are the banana quits and the parakeets. So this should be about the time that things start showing up. I am seeing, I think that was probably the woodpecker. I've had some good, yeah, I throw that on because I've filmed a couple of bits of woodpecker that I haven't talked about yet. So I'll put that up. So I've got plenty of those. I'm quite happy with some of the footage. Not great photos, not many great photo opportunities, but happy nonetheless. I've got plenty of the early day. I've got that one flight shot, which was the lifer, and the bit of tripod footage in the tree. But anyway, let's get on with the evening, and I'll see you at the end of tonight when I've explained what I saw. Right, so I wanted to see the end of the road here, where it comes out. Just a gate, very thin. Sorry, there you see it. Bosh, and we're up. Yo. Okay, so this is where we're at. They're obviously building something over there. So if you're at another hotel and you just want to get down to the market area, the jungle, just go in there. It's just simply that thing there. Okay. Let's get back in there. It's definitely a bit quieter at this time of night. Not the traffic though. The morning was definitely better. And yesterday, I think there was a bit more cloud, which helped. It's definitely quieter than last night. I must have got lucky last night. You get that in birding, like you go somewhere and it's quiet, and you go, that's not a very good place. Or you show up to a place for the first time and it's amazing, you go, I've got to go back there. And you go back and it's like, not good. You just happen to land on the right day. So, my tripod, my free tripod. Okay, let's get back to what birds we can find for tonight. Yeah, I think that's the end of the holiday, yeah, the last night. Very quiet. I mean, lots of birds, parakeets, the white crowned pigeons, the thrush just behind me, banana quit above me. Took some pictures. I think earlier I got the videos. Whoops, the flies are starting to come out a bit. You can hear the parakeets off to the right. They're roosting in the tree off to my right. What else? Kingbirds have been flying all over the place. I've been having to track every single one of them to make sure they weren't something else. And I got some flight shots. You know, they're sharp. They're pretty good. They're okay. So yeah, I was just having a convo with one of the locals. I mean, I've been told this before. Well, it's not controversial here. This is natural. They eat most of the birds here. They use catapults, and that's going to shock a lot of charity RSPB people in the UK. They probably know it, and all the other charities, wildlife, etc. But they think it's weird. We just like eat chicken, which is, they said they called it a man-made bird, which is true. I think they're originally from Thailand. They're like a forest chicken, which we bred over the centuries to what they are now. So this is more natural. They eat everything except the grackles and the turkey vultures. So I said, you don't eat the grackles. Somebody else said that. I said, no grackles. I said, what about the jankrows? And he laughed and he said, those are the turkey vultures. And he said, you call those turkeys? I said, no, there's the Western term for it. It's the turkey vulture. But they call it the jankrow. I mean, they have all sorts of different names. I mean, one of the names for the pigeons is lapwing. Anyway, I think we're going to go for dinner now. We're all caught up and I'm not going to get anything more in this light. I might just go and have a look at the beach and see if the sun is setting. But I don't want to go too long there because the sandflies are out. My wife has been eaten alive by sandflies. Usually it's me. I don't know why they went for her this time. Anyway, see you tomorrow morning. Well, this place has been a top spot in here. 2 lifers. Let me just get my settings because things keep appearing. Right, yeah, so came through here earlier, saw the water thrush, the northern water thrush, around its usual area around the markets. Got down to this point and there was a bird very, very close. I thought weird, it was quite plain coloured and the eye had a sort of light ring around it. It looked familiar. And it was just like a few feet away. I was struggling to get it in focus and I was just firing away using a high ISO. Checked it and it turns out to be, I was worried because I thought it looks familiar. Have I seen it before? I technically have and I haven't because it's an endemic. It's a Jamaican vireo lifer. So yeah, it was like literally like sometimes it was like 3-4 feet away. Went over there, I was getting pictures. I saw the prairie, what I thought was the prairie warbler. It could have been the prairie warbler in the back, but I was concentrating on this new lifer, getting pictures. Went up there to went up near the road, came back, didn't see much. Got back to here and moved, waiting for something to appear. And what I thought again was a prairie. And I thought, yeah, let's just, you know, if it presents itself for a good picture, I'll get it. And as I got my camera on, I went, whoa, that looks black and white. I went, that's that black and white warbler that Merlin picked up like a day and a half ago, 2 days ago. I didn't get any, I mean, I got sharp shots, you know, lighting was terrible, lots of little branches and twigs in the way. I got sharp shots. I wanted that lovely profile, well lit, with the sun the other side of it, with green in the background. Couldn't get anything like that. And then it landed on a dead leaf, thankfully, for like what felt like about 30, 40 seconds. And I selected slow-mo. So leaves are catching my eyes move, but yeah, it's little lizards jumping on things which are making things move. Because every so often what you do is just don't move your head and wait for something to move out. It'll catch your eye and then you'll know there's something there. But what it's a cracking little bird. If you got that in the right light, that would be an absolutely stunning bird. I know birders will say that as soon as they get a lifer, look at this stunner, what an absolute belter. It's like, all right, calm down. It's okay, whatever the bird is. You're saying that because it's a lifer, but it's just, it's nothing ordinary, it's ordinary. But this little black and white thing, yeah, I don't say it very often. That's a nice looking bird. But we better, it's coming up to 8 o'clock. I've got to go back to the Wi-Fi area and message Anna, say, want some breakfast. I'll have a quick breakfast, get us till about 8:30, maybe come back here for 1 more hour, and then in by, what, come here to maybe 9:30, 10, which gives me a little bit of time to have a quick wash and throw stuff in my bag. All the bags packed. You know, my wife said to me, you coming out again? And I'm like, it's got me 2 lifers, so it's paid off already, hasn't it? And I mean, yeah, I could just add, you know, they were layup shots. I don't think I've got good footage like this of the thrush, the white-chinned thrush was calling on this branch. And a woodpecker was cracking away a dead bit of wood, dead bit of branch. So of course I'm going to take some of that. I think we're going to call it quits there. Just called Anna, I said we'll meet up for breakfast. I was going to come out for about an hour after breakfast, but I can feel there'd be a little bit of panic getting back to the room, showering, making sure all the final bits of packing done. I want to do the last couple of hours very relaxed, have as much food as possible, so we don't have to rely on airport food, although we might have to buy a little snack there. But the good thing is we'll be able to pick up some food from the vendor that opens at 10. All right, mate. So, mate, so get some last minute jerk chicken before we get on the plane, and that'll be it. So 15 lifers I've got. That's pretty good. That was at the upper end of my conservative hope. I said 10 to 15 because I've traveled most of the, well, I say many of the Caribbean islands, and the birds start doubling up. The green herons, the snowy egrets, the turkey vultures, the tropical kingbirds, the grey kingbirds. And now my numbers for the lifers are going to be very low, and it's going to be endemics like the endemic Jamaican woodpecker, the Jamaican vireo. So upper end of my lifer, that's pretty good. And overall 55 species, I think that beats St. Lucia and Dominican Republic. So yeah, the kingbirds are still, there's a couple here that just feed in front of me, the loggerheads. But great little trip, a week of hard work, sweating. Sorry about the sun flare if that got on the camera. But we're going to call it an end there. There could be more, but I'm just going to end it there so I can put everything away. And if something major else happens, something else happens between now and then, I'll slot it in and come back to you. Speak to you next time. Hope you enjoyed all the vlogs. See you on the next trip.